formal education has a critical role to play, and that relationship with employers throughout a person's life journey and career is becoming more essential than ever because educators have an expertise they bring and employers understand the jobs and the skills required to actually get the work done. So I get really jazzed when I see the sparks go off and the light bulbs turn as the two sides of that ecosystem start to understand how to leverage each other's expertise very differently than they used to.
One time I had the opportunity of hearing you explain to someone what real-time talent does. And it really stuck with me because you were talking about the ecosystem, and you talked about the talent pipeline, and you talked about being two very different perspectives on either side of that talent pipeline, and you described it as supply and demand.
Exactly.
Do you remember that? And you talked about on one side of that talent pipeline was the supply, and now we're learning today from you that we think about that in a P through 20 kind of way. But on the other side is the demand side, and those are all of the businesses. In your case, you're working with businesses across the state of Minnesota, but but it's that demand side and what these businesses need, what their purposes are, and how they see their competitive landscape shifting, and how that's going to influence the kinds of jobs that they need. That is on the other side of the pipeline. And I remember you also talking to folks about your role is getting these people together on either ends of this talent pipeline, because it needed to be complete transparency. One, supply informing demand, informing supply. And that really stuck with me about your role at Real-Time Talent.